Hoop Genius Sweetheart wannabes. It's time for our weekly WNBA update with me, Boomella, for June 21st. Well, we have a new top dog. I'm a lady, so I don't want to use the B word here. The Minnesota Lynx have moved into the top spot of our power rankings, bumping the New York Liberty down to number 2. The Liberty dropped because of 2 losses in the last week to Indiana and Phoenix, while Minnesota still only has 1 loss this season. And darlings, both those losses by the Liberty were legitimate. They were soundly beaten in both losses. Phoenix is in the 3rd spot at 10-4, and Atlanta's cleanup at 8-4. Now, the New York Liberty is the top scoring team at 89 points per game, followed by the Minnesota Lynx at 85, Atlanta at 84.3, and Indiana at 83. Atlanta's the top rebounding team at 38 per game, followed by Chicago and then Washington. Now, the top shooting team percentage-wise in the league is Seattle. They lead in both team shooting and three-point shooting at 47% and 37%. Now, individually, Napisha Collier of Minnesota is still the league's leading scorer. She's averaging 24.4 points per game. Brianna Stewart and Kelsey Plum are 2 and 3 respectively. Now, Angel Reese of Chicago is the league's leading rebounder. She's pulling down 11.7 per game. She leads Asia Wilson and Jonquel Jones of New York. Now, the drum roll. We have a new assist leader. Alyssa Thomas of Phoenix is now leading the league in assists at 9 per game. She leads Caitlin Clark and Natasha Cloud, who are both averaging 8.7. Also, Asia Wilson is still our league's leader in blocks at 2.7 per game. Meow. Now, I've got to take a minute to discuss all the catfights that are going on, and the ones the media want to cover all revolve around Caitlin Clark. Of course, the latest tiff came this week with the Fever playing the Connecticut Sun. Clark, while dribbling, got poked in the eye by the Sun's J.C. Sheldon. Clark reacted, and then after things somewhat calmed down, Sun's Marina Mabrey came in and pushed Clark to the ground. Mabrey should have been ejected, but she wasn't. The main altercation occurred, though, with less than a minute to go, and the game's over. Pretty much Indiana's going to win. And what happened? Connecticut guard J.C. Sheldon stole the ball and was driving to the basket for a layup when she was fouled hard by Indiana's Sophie Cunningham. Sheldon got up and she engaged in a shoving match with Cunningham. It was like Cunningham put her in a front face lock, just like WWE. Now, Lindsay Allen of the Sun also stepped in, and it led to a kerfuffle between players from both teams. As a result, Sophie Cunningham was assessed a flagrant 2 foul and ejected, while J.C. Sheldon and Lindsay Allen also received technical fouls, and they were tossed also. Now, since that kerfuffle, Cunningham's been dubbed Clark's enforcer. Our website was up, and some fans, they must be Fever haters. They're trying to get enough signatures to get Cunningham barred from the league. Yeah, like that's going to happen. Now, darlings, all this catfighting is for 2 reasons. Number 1, the refs really suck, and they do. And number 2, the girls aren't used to this type of physical play. Now, in the NBA, the refs suck there too. And in the playoffs, they become more physical, and the players adjust to the physicality. Now, according to the players, the refs this season are letting a lot more physical stuff go. In that case, you know what, ladies? How about adjusting a little bit and stop the whining? Tighten up the brassiere straps and play ball. By the way, Caitlin Clark's number 1 fan has to be Rachel Demita. Rachel was supposed to be broadcasting a Big 3 game for Ice Cube, but she decided during the game to post online a Caitlin Clark shot while she was working the game. Needless to say, Ice Cube wasn't pleased, and Rachel got fired. Now that's what you call a fan. Anyway, darlings, until next week, for now, it's all over.